Okay, so I want to welcome everybody to the Buddhist Global Relief's New Year's retreat for the year 2026, and to wish all of you, everybody who's joining us today, to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and safe New Year. And such wishes are extremely important in the critical time, like as we're facing right now. Yeah, it's been a tradition over the past few years for Buddhist Global Relief to hold a New Year's retreat as a way of welcoming the new year on a positive note, giving an opportunity for all of our supporters, donors, members to join together, to share Dharma together, and to obtain the blessings for beginning the new year. Since the new year is a time when we are always looking forward to the year ahead with hopes and expectations, and we want to connect to a source of spiritual guidance, spiritual power to support us, sustain us, and uplift our hearts and our minds in the new year. And so, for followers of the Buddha's teaching, the best way to do this is to come together under the umbrella of a kind of mini retreat. And we don't do this on the first weekend of the new year because generally each temple, center, or monastery, often they will hold their own programs or retreats for that first weekend. So we will do it on the second weekend of the new year. And I'm going to begin by giving the refuges and the precepts to those who wish to take them. But before I do this, I want to make a little bit of an announcement. About 2 years ago, when I was at the age of 79 and approaching my 80th birthday, I realized that I don't know how many years of life I have left for me. I'm still in fairly good health, and I hope, and I think that I have a good genetic makeup since my father lived close to the age of 99, my mother to the age of 86. I'm now 81, but as I was approaching the age of 80, I realized that I don't know how much longer I have in this particular embodiment. So I thought that I should bring together a number of monastics, or Buddhist clergy, to form a kind of Sangha council to provide a kind of spiritual backbone to Buddhist global relief, to bring together monastics from a younger generation than my own. And so many of you who have joined our previous programs already know of, she used to be Aya Dhammadipa. Now she's become Roshi Dhammadipa. So she's been with us for years, previously as a board member, now a member of the Sangha Council. And you will also know the two monks from the Dharma Realm Buddhist Association, Venerable Jin Chuan and Jin Wei, who have a retreat this weekend of their own, but they've participated in our several of our programs in the past. And Venerable Jin Chuan is also a board member. And so we also invited Aya Ananda Bodhi. Maybe if you could spotlight each of them in turn, if that's easy. I don't know if that's so. Aya Ananda Bodhi, she is from the Parayana Vihara. Is it called the Vihara?
Yes.
In Townsend, Washington.
Port Townsend, Washington, Bante.
Yeah,
Yes.
in Washington State. And also from Washington State, we have two monks who have conducted the Satipatthana retreat. This is Achan Nisabo and Achan Kovilo from Clear Mountain. They have a monastery project, which is just getting underway. And then we have two bhikshunis from the Shravasti Buddhist abbey, which is also in Washington State, in eastern Washington State. I think it's Newport, Washington, somewhere in driving distance, Spokane, Washington. So it seems that our center of gravity is shifting to Washington State. Yeah, so you'll get um, more formal introductions to these monastics in the program tomorrow. So I just wanted to mention that we formed a Sangha council. So when the oldest members of our Sangha community are no longer with us, there'll be monastics from a younger generation to continue to provide a kind of spiritual input and spiritual energy charge to Buddhist global relief. Okay, now we'll begin our program and a very wholesome way of beginning the new year with the giving of the three refuges and the five precepts. So this is a way for those who are Buddhists to renew, to revitalize their commitment to the sense of refuge, refuge in the three jewels, the jewels of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and then to fortify their commitment to the basic ethical code of Buddhism, that is the observance of the five precepts. So I have a text file, let's find it, which I'm going to post on screen, put up on screen. Hmm. Okay, is it visible now?
Yes, it is,
Yes,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Okay. Yeah, we should have had. Okay, I could add this. Okay, so we're going to begin with the salutation, and I will recite it in Pali. I will ask one person, maybe George, you can unmute yourself and you repeat as I recite each line. And all of the people who are online, you should all be muted, but you can recite to yourself. When I pause, and then when George is reciting, you would recite to yourself while being muted. So we do three times the salutation. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So George, you would recite out loud.
Yes. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
And that means homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened one. Okay, and now we will do the refuges. So we could recite in Pali, and then I'll just recite one time myself in English. Buddham saranam gacchami.
Buddham saranam gacchami.
I go for refuge to the Buddha. Dhammam saranam gacchami.
Dhammam saranam gacchami.
I go for refuge to the Dhamma. Sangam saranam gacchami.
Sangam saranam gacchami.
I go for refuge to the Sangha. Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami.
Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami.
The second time I go for refuge to the Buddha. Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami.
Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami.
The second time I go for refuge to the Dhamma. Dutiyampi Sangam saranam gacchami.
Dutiyampi Sangam saranam gacchami.
The second time I go for refuge. Tadiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami.
A third time I go for refuge to the Buddha. Tadiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami.
A third time I go for refuge to the Dhamma. Tadiyampi Sangam saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi Sangam saranam gacchami.
A third time I go for refuge to the Sangha. And then I say Sarana Gamanang Sampunang, which means the going for refuge is completed. And then we will do next the administering of the 5 precepts. Yeah, so I will recite in Pali, then George will repeat, and all of you will repeat while muted in Pali, and then I'll just uh, provide the English translation. And I'll break some of these formulas down into phrases so that those who are not completely familiar with them, will be able to recite more easily. Panati pata veramani,
Panatipata veramani.
sikapadang samadhiyami.
Sikapadam samadhiyami.
I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking life. Adina dana veramani,
Adinadana veramani.
sikapadam samadhiyami.
Sikapadam samadhiyami.
I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking what is not given. Kamesu michachara veramani,
Kamesu michakara veramani.
sikapadam samadhiyami.
Sikapadam samadhiyami.
I undertake the training rule to abstain from sexual misconduct. Musavada veramani,
Musavada veramani.
sikapadam samadhiyami.
Sikapadam samadhiyami.
I undertake the training rule to abstain from false speech. Sura Maria Majja
Sura Maria Maja,
Pamada Tana
Pamadatana,
Veramani
Veramani,
Sikapadam Samadhiyami.
Sikapadam Samadhyami.
I I undertake the training rule to abstain from wines, liquor, and other intoxicants, the basis for heedlessness. And then I say, Ti saranena saha panchasilang dhammang sadhukang surakitang katva apamadena sampadeta. And then you just have to say amabante,
Amabante.
which just means yes, Venerable. And that concludes the giving of the three refuges and the five precepts. Okay, and so next on our agenda or a program will be Roshi Dhammadeepa, who will be give, giving us some words of encouragement and a short guided meditation.
Yes, thank you so much, Bante. Thank you for getting us started with Sila. Very, very important place to begin. And yes, always an honor and a treat to be here with you and with everyone. Lovely to see everyone gathered here together for practice. So the title of our New Year retreat this year is Promoting Human Unity in a Time of Discord and Division. And I was just saying to Bante earlier that I cannot think of a more timely topic. I cannot think of a more urgent topic for us to be considering and addressing and practicing with directly. And as the intensity of feelings, responses, reactions gets stronger and stronger, we're really called upon, I think, to consider what we personally can do in this moment. So I hope to talk more about that tomorrow, but I do want to offer words of encouragement in that just bringing yourself here to consider this topic, to practice together with others, and to see that there are folks who want to know, want to explore what we can do to address division and disharmony is a wonderful thing. That is a very useful thing to do. And I suggest that we start with ourselves. I think that time and time again, what we see in the Buddha's teachings and the Nikayas and in many, many parts of the Dharma world is that we start with ourselves and establishing a wholesome intention so that we can time and time again really fuel this heart that is capable of attending to these difficult situations that we encounter, or attending to the other folks who are aspiring to be of help or be a support. And so I'm going to chant together with all of you who would like to do that, the Metta Sutta. And we're going to do this in Pali, but just to say that the Karaniya Metta Sutta really gives us this message that establishing a wholesome state of wishing well-being for all beings, for ourselves, and for all beings, no matter what their states of delusion or their states of qualities of mind might be, is something that is, you could say, a very powerful ingredient, a very powerful practice on the path. And again, one that is so nourishing, and so for me personally has been something that's been very nourishing and very helpful for establishing a place, coming from a place that is going to be able to attend to even my own unwholesome states, that is going to be able to take care. So we're going to chant the Metta Sutta. I'm going to bring it up on screen and chant it in Pali as we did before. I would encourage you all to please keep your mics muted. Is the sound okay? Is everything okay on George? Yes. Okay.
Yes, the sound
And
is
pardon?
the sound is good.
Sound is good. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to bring up the sutta and hopefully we'll have a chance to chant that together. And then I will also suggest that we're going to do some meditation, some metta meditation to really put it into action. But for now, let's begin with
You like metta.
beautiful words. All right. Can you see that? Hopefully you can all see that. And before I even begin chanting, I want to say this is a page out of the Aloka Vihara chant book.
Aww.
And, yeah, so to whoever that is that has their mic unmuted, I appreciate the empathy, and please go ahead and mute your mic. But thank you. Yes, after my training there, the Ayer were kind enough to allow me to continue to use their chant book for things like this. So sharing the merits with them and appreciating their
Yep,
generosity of heart.
perhaps you could increase the type size,
Yes, let's see if
the
we can make it
magnification.
a whole bit bigger there. How's that?
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Better? Okay, great. Karaniyamatta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisame chasako uju chasuju chasuacho chasamudu anatimani santu sako chasubaro cha appakicho Chasallahuka wuti santindriyo chanipako cha appagabo kulesu ananugido nachakudang samachare kinchiyena winyu pareyu pawadeyung Sukino wa kemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitata yeke chipana bhuta titasawa tawarawa anawase sadigawa ye mahantawa majima rasaka nukatula Dita wa ye cha dita ye cha dure vasanti avidure Bhuta wa sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitata naparo parang nikupeta nati manyeta katachinang kinchibaya Rosana patigasanya nanyamanya sadukamiche yamata yataniyang putang Ayusa eka puta manurake evam pisa babute sumanasang bhavaye aparimanang metancha sabalokasming manasang bhavaye aparimanang udang ado Chatiriyancha asambadang awerang asapatang titang charang nisinowa sayanowa yawatasa vigatamido etang sating aditeya brahmametang viharang idamahudi Tincha nupagam asilawa dasanena sampano kame suine yagedang nahi jatu gabbaseyang punareti. Okay, friends, so the Metta Sutta, Metta, this word that means loving kindness or the wish, the goodwill and wish for the well-being of all beings, is a very powerful meditation, and we're going to just briefly take a few moments to really take in metta and then also share it. So I'm just going to offer a few minutes of guidance here, and I'll ring 2 bells at the end. But for now, if you like, you can just begin by establishing your upright and balanced meditation posture. Allowing the body to settle on your supports. Moving the attention up the torso. And releasing as best you can any tension around the ribs and the chest. Allowing plenty of room for the breath to breathe the body naturally. Softening the eyes. And now, aware that there are, at any moment, thousands of people practicing metta in the world. Just opening your heart to that, opening your heart to receive that beautiful intention of metta that is coming to you right now. You can use the breath as a support if you like. Receiving metta with each in-breath. Or perhaps it helps to envision a person, a grandmother in Sri Lanka up doing her early morning prayers, or some bhikkhunis in Washington. A father in Germany up late chanting metta to his infant. Many people all sending you loving kindness. Buddha spoke of metta as being like the light of the sun on a clear day at noon. So now turning that bright light of metta that you've received and sharing it out into the world, just opening up and letting that metta flow outward in all directions. Gently, gently, no need to push or strain. Just let it flow with the out breath. And if you perceive any boundaries or obstacles, perhaps they can just dissolve in the light of metta like fog. Just allowing metta to flow freely in all directions. Wonderful to practice together. Venerable Bodhi, back to you.
Okay, so thank you for thank you very much, Roshi Dhammadeepa, for that lovely metta meditation, chanting and the metta meditation. And next we will welcome Aya Ananda Bodhi. And so I think we could just spotlight Aya Ananda Bodhi. And
So, very warm welcome to everyone. It's lovely to see so many people gathered for this very wholesome and beautiful intention, shared intention for this new year, which is, it's another year that's getting off to a challenging beginning. So it's very important that we remember the goodness and the potential of our human life, not just our life, but the life of all beings, of all human beings, to realize the highest truth and to live by that truth. And we can be bombarded, with all of the uninspiring aspects of humanity. And we can, if that's all we take in, then we start to think that's all we are. But our human potential is far greater than that. So I'm going to chant the Ratana Sutta, and I don't have it for you to read as I chant. You can, so I'm just inviting you to close your eyes and open your hearts and just listen to this this chant, this old teaching, and the teaching is pointing to whatever riches there may be in the world. We see a lot of greed and confusion, but whatever riches there are in this world or in the next world, there is nothing as precious as the Buddha jewel, the jewel of the Tathagata, the Buddha. And whatever riches, whatever treasures we might find in the world, there's no jewel more precious than the Dharma jewel. Whatever riches and precious things we may find in this world or in the next world, there's no jewel more precious than the Sangha jewel. So this is a really beautiful reflection, and the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha are qualities that are accessible to all of us. So there, of course, there's the living Buddha, Gautama Buddha, and his particularly beautiful qualities, and the Dhamma that he taught, which is ever present, and the Sangha, those who have awakened on the path to different degrees. So these are the jewels that give us the true happiness and true joy, clarity, freedom, brightness. So by the utterance of this truth, may we have peace, safety, and well-being. So I'm going to chant now.
I could, I have the text in Pali. I could share the screen if you would like.
Yes, please. Thank you. That'd be wonderful. Yeah. I hope it's the same as the one I know.
Sometimes there are little differences. Um, okay, I'm going to share the screen.
Okay. So Bente, I don't know it from that very beginning. I know it from Yankinchi. So if we could
Oh, okay,
start
okay,
just a little bit further.
okay. So you that's a
Thank you. And am
Thai
I?
style, yeah.
Let's
Okay.
see. Yankinchi vitang itawa hurang wa sangge suwayang ratanang panitang nano samangati tathagatena hidampi bunde ratanang panitang etena saccena suwati hotu. Kayang wiragang amatang panitang yada jaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena sama tikinchi dampi damme ratanang panitang etena saccena suwati hotu yang bunda seto Parivanayi suching samadhi manantari kanyama husamadhina tena samona vinjati idam pidam me ratanang panitang etena satchena suva tihotu ye pungala attasatang pasata chata Rietani yugani hontite dakineya sugata sasawaka ete sudin dinani mahapalani dam pisankeratanang panita etena sachena suwati hotu Yesu payutta manasada lena nikamino gotamasasanam hite patipata amatang wigaya landa mudanim buting bunjamana hidampi sanke ratanang panita etena satchena suwati hotu. And that's as far as I know it.
Oh, I see. So you have an abbreviated version.
Maybe I know the abbreviated version.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I hope that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so remembering the triple gem, the Buddha, the awakened one, who opened the path for all of us, who laid out the Noble Eightfold Path, which is a lived path for us all to walk. It's the path to awakening. It's funny, people learn about the Noble Eightfold Path and then they want to get onto the other things. Okay, got that. But actually this Noble Eightfold Path, this is the path to awakening that the Buddha discovered, rediscovered, and opened up for us to walk this path. So there's the Samma Sambuddha, the fully awakened one, perfect one, who opened this path, and the Dhamma, the teaching that he laid out in so much clarity and detail and looking from so many different perspectives. It's accessible to all kinds of different minds, brilliant intellects and curious minds and simple open minds. Many different kinds of minds can understand this truth, because it's a truth that he is pointing to, that is ever present. So the truth of constant change, the truth of selflessness, this process that we call self, the truth of dukkha, that we all know the taste of, dukkha and the cessation of dukkha. So this teaching that the Buddha gave, the Dhamma, is always here. It's always now. It's being taught by every living thing is teaching the Dhamma. Every human being, this body is teaching the Dhamma. The trees are teaching the Dhamma. The weather is teaching the Dhamma. It's around us all the time. There's teaching on interconnectedness, on transience, on the emptiness of any solid something. So this teaching is going on around us, within us, in front of us all the time. And because of getting confused with greed and aversion and believing that this body is really who and what I am and what I get, trying to what I have for myself, this is what's important. This is where people get confused. If I had more stuff, more money, more power, more influence, then I would be happy. Then I'll get that happiness I so want to have. But it's actually going in the opposite direction. The pursuit of happiness doesn't lead to happiness. Renunciation leads to great happiness. And compassion for all living beings leads to great happiness. And loving kindness, recognizing our kinship, that we're all arising together. We're all part of the same fabric of life. This also leads to happiness. So when we attune to the Dhamma, we attune to the truth of things, and that naturally brings up a sense of joy, regardless of our material circumstances, brings up joy. And the Sangha, those who have awakened on the path, those who have practiced well, practiced directly, practiced with integrity, who've gained insight, who've given themselves to the Dhamma. It's considered a jewel in the world. And we might not know where they are. They're kind of hidden jewels scattered throughout humanity. Some shine brightly enough that we can recognize them, and some maybe just tucked away, hidden in a crowd, in a room, but living from this place of partial or complete clarity. So this is the Sangha jewel that shines more brightly, is more precious than anything we could find in the world. So let's just settle into this moment of presence. Just taking a moment to bring to mind the Buddha, our teacher, who walked barefoot around India for many, many years in order to share the Dhamma, to illuminate the Dhamma, to awaken beings to their true nature. So it's the Tathagata, one who knows things as they are, ta-ta-ta, things as they are. Very simple, incredibly simple, but so hard to see. The Arahant, the worthy one, the Samma Sambuddha, perfectly awakened, perfected. Vijja Charana Sampanno, impeccable in conduct and in understanding. Sugato, accomplished. Loka Vidu, the knower of the worlds. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati, he trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. Satta Deva Manusana, He is teacher of devas and humans. Buddho Bhagawa. He is awake and holy. Yo imang lo kang sadeva kang samara kang sabrahma kang. In this world with its devas, its demons and kind spirits, sa samana brahmaning pajang sadeva manusang sayang abinya sachikatwa pavadesi. Its seekers and sages, its celestial and human beings, he has, through his deep insight, revealed the truth. Yo dhammang de se si adi kalyanang manje kalyanang pariyo sana kalyan. He has pointed out the Dhamma, beautiful in the beginning, beautiful in the middle, beautiful in the end. Satang sabhyanjanang kevala paripunnang parisuddhang brahmacharyang pakasesi. He has explained the spiritual life of complete purity in its essence and conventions. The Buddha, our teacher. And this word Tathagata, the Tathagata, one who knows things as they are, one who is attuned to the truth of the way things are, one who sees clearly, who is not fabricating. With this seeing, deep understanding of the suffering of beings and of the cause of that suffering, and of a life dedicated to helping us to let go of those causes. So may we remember that, remember the hard work that the Buddha gave for people in his time and for future generations like us, that we may remember, our true nature and our interconnectedness, and live in a way that is aligned with that truth. So this ends the meditation.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ananda Bodhi, for the beautiful chanting and beautiful reflections on the qualities of the Buddha. And now we invite Venerable Thupten Monam and Venerable Thupten Lamsal to share some Dhamma with our community. So George can spotlight them.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. And as a flow on from the two reflections we've just had on loving kindness and recognizing the dukkha of all beings and wanting to extend this heart of compassion that wishes to alleviate it, we'll lead a reflection on the Buddha of compassion, in Tibetan known as Chinrezi, Sanskrit Avalokiteshvara, in Chinese Guanyin, Japanese Kannon. So this might be familiar to you. We'll, as part of our chanting, we'll do the very well-known mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. So to help everyone follow along, we'll share a screen so you can see. And I'll guide this. We'll guide this so you can close your eyes and just follow along as you wish, or chant and read along. And as Ayananda Bodhi just described the amazing qualities of the Buddha, we can again bring to mind this quality of unbounded kindness, compassion, wisdom that knows things just as they are. An incredible, skillful means that knows how to help each and every single sentient being according to their disposition. And also having this quality of being totally free from all anger, attachment, jealousy, pride, all the defilements, completely, permanently eradicated. What freedom! And we can imagine that these qualities take the form of the Buddha of compassion in the space in front of us. You can imagine this takes the form in the space in front at the level of your forehead in forearm Chinrezi. The embodiment of all the Buddha's compassionate wisdom. He sits on a lotus and moon seat, symbolizing renunciation and wisdom. And his body is in the nature of pure light, youthful, and decorated with magnificent jewel ornaments symbolizing his qualities, the six perfections. He has one face, four arms, the first two at his heart holding a wish-fulfilling gem. On his right, the third arm holds a crystal rosary, reminding us to recite the mantra and symbolizing wisdom. And on his left, the fourth hand holds a white lotus, representing compassion. And we can connect with all other sentient beings by visualizing that on our left is our mother of this life, on our right, our father, all our other relatives and friends close by. And in front of us are our enemies, those who we don't care for or who our heart is close to. And then around us, filling all of space, are all the strangers and all other sentient beings of the six realms. We can visualize them all in human form for ease, but they include all beings of the hell realms, hungry ghosts, animals, all humans, asuras, gods, and goddesses. And we can visualize that we are leading them in this practice, leading them to go for refuge and cultivate compassion. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. And then we can continue to extend our wish to be a benefit to others by cultivating the four measurables, extending this out as far as we can. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. May they abide in this way. I shall cause them to abide in this way. Buddha of compassion, please inspire me to be able to do so.
How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and its causes. May they have these. I shall cause them to have these. Buddha of compassion, please inspire me to be able to do so.
How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and its causes. May they be free. I shall cause them to be free. Buddha of compassion, please inspire me to be able to do so.
How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never parted from upper rebirth and liberation's excellent bliss. May they never be parted. I shall cause them never to be parted. Buddha of compassion, please inspire me to be able to do so. And so now we're going to recite the mantra of the Buddha of compassion 108 times. And as we do this, imagine light coming from Chenrei Sig into us. And this light purifies our internal obstacles, the tangled, disturbing emotions that prevent us from actualizing the Dharma. And the light also inspires our mind to develop receptivity and compassion and love for all beings. And we can visualize purifying obstacles and receiving inspiration as we recite Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum,
Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And we can sit for a moment, just resting in that vibration of the mantra, with the light of compassion and wisdom flowing from the Buddha of Compassion's heart, touching each and every single living being, bringing ease, safety. And then we can make the strong determination, I will use my life in a meaningful way to transform my mind, develop love, compassion, and the 6 perfections, and act in ways that benefit others, myself, and our environment. Then we can imagine that the Buddha of Compassion melts into white light. And this light then comes to the crown of our head, the head of all other sentient beings we visualized around us, and absorbs into our heart. And our mind becomes the nature of great compassion, loving kindness, and bodhicitta. And our body is filled with light. It becomes very pure, clear, like crystal. And we can dedicate. Due to this merit, may we soon attain the awakened state of Chenrezig, that we may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their sufferings. May the precious Bodhi mind, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That was very, very beautiful. Okay, so now it's my turn just to share a few words and then a little chant. And so at the beginning of the new year, it's always good to form a determination to establish certain commitments that we want to sustain throughout the coming year. And one way to do this is at the beginning of this program today, we recited the three refuges and the five precepts. And for those who have already taken the commitment as to become formally Buddhists, it's a good, I would say, the essential practice each day at the beginning of the day, before you do anything else, getting up, going to the bathroom, washing your face, and so forth, to set up. You have a shrine room or at least an altar, and you sit before the altar with a Buddha statue, maybe some other pictures, maybe some flowers, incense, water offering, and you recite the three refuges and the five precepts. And that gives your whole day an orientation. It anchors your day in your commitment to the three refuges. It means throughout this day, what is guiding me throughout this day is my commitment to the teaching of the Buddha. I regard the Buddha as the supreme, fully enlightened teacher whose teachings I embrace. I take the Dharma as my guideline to the understanding of the nature of life, the guideline to my practice of life, my practice of the path to liberation and enlightenment. And I take the Sangha, the spiritual community, as being my friends and guides along the path. So when you take the three refuges, then you have this sense of protection, security throughout the day, throughout the year, no matter what happens to me, even the most gravest kind of suffering, the unexpected accident or illness, I remember that I have made that dedication to the three jewels and that I'm supported by the compassionate, sustaining power of the three jewels. And then you recite the five precepts, and you can recite them in English or any other language with which you're most familiar. And those five precepts will then become the guidelines to your conduct throughout the day. So when you take the five precepts, you know that you will not kill any other living being. You will not commit any act of theft. You'll not engage in any kind of sexual transgression. You know that your speech will be truthful, honest, and sincere. And by avoiding the use of intoxicants, you maintain a clear mind. And then based on the refuges and precepts, you can do your meditation or your chanting or whatever your spiritual practice is. And then at the end, you dedicate the merits, share the merits with your departed relatives, friends, the Dhamma protecting devas, and then with all sentient beings. And when you do this, even if you just dedicate 10 minutes or 15 minutes of this practice, that will sort of sustain you through all of the activities of your day. So you realize that you're supported by the blessing power of the three jewels. Your actions are guided by the five precepts. And through compassion, you're dedicating your merits and all of your virtuous qualities to benefit all sentient beings. And that will become a cause of joy and happiness, even under the most difficult circumstances, the most trying conditions. You have that anchor, that foundation of faith, devotion, commitment, and dedication to sustain you through the day. And now I'm going to do my own recitation. And this will be the recitation of what is called the Parita of the 28 Buddhas. The word Parita, originally it means protection, and it comes to be applied to certain sutras or verses that are used and recited as a way of acquiring protection for oneself and for others. And this particular chant, the Parita of the 28 Buddhas, is a recitation of the names of the 27 past Buddhas, ending in the present Buddha, who is Gautama Buddha. And the chant has come down in Pali, and I'm going to share the screen now. And let me increase the point size. And so the chant consists simply of the names of the 28 Buddhas, but each name is followed by a particular characterization of that Buddha, a particular descriptive phrase to describe that Buddha. And so I highlighted or I put in bold the names of the Buddhas, and the quality by which they are described follows this in the the normal font. And so and the basis for reciting these names, you see, when each Buddha, when they're in the preliminary stage, the causal stage of practicing the Bodhisattva path, they make these vows motivated by great compassion, great loving kindness for the world to become a source of blessing for the world. And based upon those vows, they develop the paramis or paramitas by which they acquire an enormous battery or dynamo of spiritual energy, energy of protective energy, of compassion and loving kindness. So even though the Buddhas, going back aeons upon aeons upon aeons, have entered into the final remainderless element of nibbana or nirvana, but the waves, spiritual waves of their compassion still radiate out across the world. And this is just like having a pool of water, big rock, and we throw the rock into the pool of water, even though the rock sinks down to the bottom of the pool, but the waves created by the rock spread out throughout the lake, continue to spread out throughout the lake. And so the Buddhas take the plunge into the final nirvana, but the waves of their compassion continue to spread out. And when we bring them to mind by reciting their names, reflecting on their qualities, then we're able to receive the waves of their compassionate power, which support us, sustain us, and protect us. And so I ask everybody to join your palms and hold the palms in front of the chest. And you center the mind or settle the mind in the area around the center of the chest and open the space of the heart to receive the blessing power, the compassionate power generated by all of these Buddhas of the past, culminating in our present Buddha, Gautama or Shakyamuni Buddha. And so now I will begin the chant in Pali. Namo me sabbuddhanam upananam mahesinam tanhankaro mahaviro medankaro mahayaso saranankaro lokahito dipankaro chutindaro kandanyo janapamoko Mangalo Purisasabo Sumano Sumano Diro Revato Rativadano Sobito Gunasampanno Anumodasi Janutamo Padumo Lokapajoto Narado Varasarati Padumutta Rosata Saro Sumedoa Gapugalo Sujato Sabalokago Piyadasi Narasabo Utadasi Karuniko Damadasi Tamonudo Siddhato Samoloke Tiso Varada Samvaro Puso Varada Sambudo Vipasi Chanupamo Siki Sabahito Sata Vesabu Sukadayako Kako Sando Satavaho Kona Gamano Rananjaho Kasapo Sirisampano Gotamo Sakyapungavo Sabe Buddha Sama Samma Sabe Buddha Mahidika Sabe Dasa Balupeta Vesa Raju Upagata Sabe Te Patijananti Asabang Tanamuttamang Siha Nadang Nadadante Parisasu Visarata Brahmachakang Pavatenti Lokaya Pativatiyang Upeta Buddha Dhammehi Attarasa Hinayaka Vatingsalakhanupeta Asiti Bhyanjanadara Bhyama Pabayasa Supaba Sabete Munji Kunjara Buddha Sabanyunat Ete Sabe Kina Savajina Mahapaba Mahatecha Mahapanya Mahabala Mahakarunika Dira Sabe Sanang Sukavaha Dipanata Patitacha Tana Lena Chapaninang Gati Bandhu Mahasasa Saranacha Hetisino Sadeva Kasa Lokasa Sabe Ete Parayana Te Sangsa Chena Silena Kanti Metta Balena Cha Te Pitvang Anurakantu Arugena Sukhena Cha Atta Viti Ime Buddha Puretvada Saparame Chaitva Marari Sangamang Buddhatang Sambupagamung Etena Satchavajena Hotu Te Jayamangalang Etena Satchavajena Hotu Te Jayamangalang Etena Satchavajena Hotu Te Jayamangalam. Okay, so this completes the main part of the program this evening. But Aya Dhamma, or now Roshi Dhammadeepa has offered to continue to host a an additional 30-minute meditation session for those who wish to stay and join that session. So if you wish to continue to meditate with with Roshi Dhammadeva, then please continue to stay on the Zoom call. And for those who are leaving, tomorrow I will begin the program at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll have a 30-minute meditation followed by 20 minutes of chanting. So that's a kind of optional program. But if it's inconvenient for you to join the early morning meditation session, we'll begin the regular program at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And for those on the West Coast, that'll be still a little bit early. That will be 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Pacific Time, 7:30 Mountain Time, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Okay, so those who wish to stay for the meditation may do so. And for all of you, I thank you all for joining this evening and hope to see you all tomorrow.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu,
Okay,
sadhu.
okay,
Thank you so much,
Sadhu,
Bante.
okay,
Thank you so
okay.
much to all the Venerables.
Thank
sadhu,
you.
Thank
sadhu.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bante.
Sadhu
All
Bhante.
venerables and bhikkhus.
Okay,
Thank you,
Yes.
Bante. Thank you.
okay, okay,
Thank you all. Many merits. Thank you. Teruan Sadnai. Namo Buddhaya.
okay,
Thank you, Bante.
okay,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Good night.
Okay, okay, good night.
Thank you,
Good
Bante.
night.
Good
Okay,
night.
thank you.
Namo Buddhaya.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. So folks who want to stay on, we're going to, as Bante said, we're just going to do about 30 minutes or so of additional meditation. And I think we'll just do a few of the steps of Anapanasati. So we'll do some mindfulness of breathing and just work our way to this mindfulness of body and see if we arrive at some joy, at some pleasant joy and bliss from relaxing our bodies and soothing our minds with the rhythms of the breath, the natural rhythms of the breath. But just to say, this kind of meditation, this way of shifting to different kinds of attention to phenomena isn't meant to be a harsh kind of transition. If there's an instruction to move the attention in a way that you feel not quite ready to do, it's fine to stay with whatever step you happen to be on. So they should be kind of a leaning into the next transition. And or it can be that way. And we'll see about how that goes for you tonight. But so again, everybody keeping your mics muted, I appreciate that. And again, settling into an upright and balanced meditation posture. Really allowing the bones to come into alignment and carry the weight of the body. So the muscles can relax and soften and widen. Sensing the weight of the body on your seat. Attuning to that natural stability of the body. Even as there are small movements of balance and breath, there is a steadiness. And relaxing the belly. Just allowing the body to settle here in this place and time. And perhaps by now, the sensations of the breath breathing the body have started to come into awareness. And you can rest the mind on those sensations of breathing, wherever it feels easy to do that. Maybe at the tip of the nose or in the nostrils. Maybe in the throat or the upper chest. Maybe the diaphragm. Or even the echo of the breath, the movement in the lower abdomen. Any place is fine. Just resting the attention on the sensations of the breath breathing the body. Really attending to the breath with enough clarity to know the inhalation and the exhalation. And after some time of being aware of the breath, you might check in for any pauses between the parts of the breath. Those moments of stillness in between the exhalations and the inhalations, in between inhalation and exhalation. Just staying present for those pauses, no need to change them in any way. Staying curious about the sensations of breathing and staying present for the pauses. And perhaps having observed those pauses for some time, you can more clearly observe the start of each part of the breath, really becoming aware of the shift from stillness into movement. And having become aware of the pauses and the start of each part of the breath, the attention can ride along the length of the breath, all the way from the start to the next pause. And then present for the pause and the start, and riding along the length of the next part of the breath. Staying curious about the length of the breath. Perhaps noticing any shifts, any changes. And now opening the attention, broadening the attention to the whole body at once, the whole body from head to toe. And still aware of the breath, breathing the body in and out. aware of the body in the sitting posture and the breath, inhalation and exhalation. And perhaps soothed by those rhythms of the breath and steadied by the body, it can relax even further, the body settling even further. No need to hold on, just breathing and relaxing. Staying present for those rhythms of the breath in and out. And the body settling even more. Ah, so nice, so pleasant to just be here with the breath. So checking in for any pleasant feelings that might be happening in the body or in the mind. Some joy, perhaps. How nice to just be here, experiencing the breath, nourishing the body. Maybe you notice some warmth or some tingling. Or just some pleasant sensation as the breath moves. And all the while staying present for the breath in and out, out and in. And that bright joy also relaxes and becomes a gentler, contented kind of joy. Just the happiness of staying here, being here. And letting the breath do its work. So that was about only the first 6 steps or so of mindfulness of breathing. But hopefully that was good opportunity to really find that nourishment in your meditation, and that will bring you the joy and stability you need to take care of this world, yourself in this world. So thank you so much, everyone, for staying to meditate. And Venerable Venerable Bodhi, we will see you early in the morning, and hopefully many of you as well. Oh, you're still muted, Bhante.
No, I just said thank you so much.
Okay, thank
Okay, so
you.
I'll hopefully see everybody
Thank
at
you.
6 a.m.
Thank you,
Eastern time
Bhante.
in the morning.
Yeah,
Good
thank
night.
you, Yama-Deepa.
Thank you.
Thank
Everyone
Namaste,
said my
Bhante.
birthday. Sadhu,
you.
sadhu,
Okay.
Thank you so
sadhu.
much.
Thank
Thank
you all.
Thank
Good night.
you. Cool.
Good
Thank you,
night,
Bante.
Good
Namaste.
night.
Okay. Okay. Good night.
Thank you,
Thank
Bhante.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Bante.
Thank you, dear Bante. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Bhante.
Good to have you. Thank you, BGR.